Welcome back to the Anime Anbu podcast.
Or if they won't keep it real,
we will. Now look, y'all. Today, we got another one of our special guests. And Yixo's not too familiar with him, but I have. It's somebody I've known for, it's been quite a while. Has it been like close to a year, maybe a little over a year, that I've like at least known about him. And man.
He spoke highly of you, by the way.
When I was introduced to him, I'm gonna tell you the story. When I was introduced to him, this was back on Clubhouse. We was all pandemic. There was a club.
Season 1, so it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, and there was a club. This was the club. This was the one before AnimeLytical, I believe.
Yeah, nerd.
Yeah. That's
hey, nerd power. Yeah.
when I first started seeing him in the rooms, and he would always come in. He would always have such like high, like just I'm trying to think of the word. The word, like the way he would come in, he would give these amazing speeches.
Has a lot of energy
and like uplift people.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was always amazing. I was always like, yo, who's ANIMAN? Like ANIMAN be doing, like he always, every time he came in, bro, he was brighting the room for real and just uplifting everybody. Even me, because I used to go in the rooms and I would just sit in the audience. I would never like really get on stage like that and talk. But like even the one time I did, and we didn't even really know each other, he had said like some good, like encouraging words to me too. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
We like the positivity, man. We appreciate that.
Man, exactly. And so along then, it's always been like, I'm still kind of like, I don't really talk a whole lot. But, as time went on, I always still seeing him doing his thing in the background and still being the same person that I've known him for all these years, along with the group, the AnimeLytical group, along with all that too. So
shout out to AnimeLytical.
Shout out to AnimeLytical. Where shit gets critical. Y'all know how it goes. But so I want to give a big round of applause to ANIMAN for joining us here on the podcast right now.
Thank you.
Hey, man, really appreciate you, man. Because I appreciate somebody wanting to come and fuck with us for real. Like
facts.
Of course.
But how you doing though? How you been?
Oh man. Life been hitting me in the gut, but I gotta keep going.
Hey, you gotta keep going for real.
You can never stop because it's always going to keep hitting us regardless.
Exactly. But okay, we finna get into this for real. So why don't you go ahead and ask him the first? We always ask a series of questions for our guests that come on the podcast.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna go ahead. So why don't you go ahead and ask for that first one?
The first one we're going with is, what is the first anime that got you into watching anime?
So Gimme probably knows this story because I think I told this like at least 2 to 3 times when we were back in season 1 on Clubhouse.
Okay.
It was, I want to say the year was about, 2004.
Okay.
Like I had always known about anime, like back in the late 90s, because my uncle used to show it to me on Adult Swim, like late at night.
Mm-hmm.
But like I got reintroduced, I want to say in 2004, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hearing this like super amazing song, and of course, it's like I woke up to this white hair.
Yeah. Everybody knows this. Yes.
Half cat, half human boy trying to save this girl, but not really save her because he's thinking that she's somebody else. It's a lot, but Inuyasha was probably like my first reintroduction to anime in its entirety. That's where like I got the like stepping stone to like fall in love with it again, because I had kind of like taken a step back from it. I've watched a lot of anime in my 27 years of life.
Yeah.
But like when it started for me, it was always Adult Swim. And back in the day, we didn't have internet, we didn't have a browser, we didn't have streaming services like we do now. it was either on TV or it wasn't.
We had
And
to get
since
what we
my
could.
uncle, right, and since my uncle wasn't, around because me and my mom have moved from my grandmother's house to like our own place, I wasn't watching it because it wasn't coming on at the times that I would be up. So, like, me waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which I didn't normally do, was kind of like, okay, this is my reintroduction. So yeah, Inuyasha was definitely my first reintroduction anime.
Okay. Which
Like
that's a good
that
one to
one right
have
there,
too.
yeah.
Look, you still called it too. So you said the song. Everybody knows about waking up to that
Well,
song.
I know the
at
moment. Yeah, he said he
3:30 in
woke
the
up.
morning.
You hear something, you know it's Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to piggyback off that, then what was the first anime you ever watched?
The first anime, man. Okay, let me like go back into the cabinet, the files in my brain real quick. The first anime I ever watched. Man, I'm trying to think back that far.
Mm-hmm. I know it'd be hard because a lot of people, we didn't have a lot of different people that had said, like,
I want to say it was Slam Dunk.
Ooh, that's the
okay.
first. That's the first. I ain't never heard.
I haven't heard that one being the first neither. That's a good one.
I want to say it was Slam Dunk. Mind you, my sources say that their second season is finally in production and should be coming out in 2024. We'll see how that works out.
I know we getting that movie, right?
The movie's supposed to it dropped this
getting
month.
a movie.
Oh, it dropped this month?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dang.
Yeah, we are getting a movie. I haven't watched it yet.
But man, Slam Dunk, yeah, that's iconic right there, man. You know, they was in there wearing the J's and stuff on they. Yeah, that was
Because a lot of people tend to say Pokemon or something along them lines.
It's usually like, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, Pokemon.
Mine was Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
Again, those were streamlined, right? Like, so like these are, and we didn't even know that they were anime when we were watching them. And we thought they were just cartoons until we actually looked into the behind scenes of like, oh, this is not even from our country. This was just dubbed for our country.
Right.
So it's so cool to see other people kind of like really know anime from back in the day. Like one of my AnimeLytical peeps, Pretty Man, he was talking about how he used to go down, to the shop, to the place to get the VHS tapes. Like a lot of people don't even know about that. Like how anime was used to be on tape so you could watch them, like on like VHS. So like it's just cool. It's just cool to see how like anime has kind of like progressed from that to where it's now so easily accessible.
Cause I remember back transitioning back from like, doing the Saturday morning cartoons where you had like WB Kids playing like, One Piece and little stuff like that. And then once that kind of fell off, it was like, okay, now I got to find a new place to go watch. Then we moved over to Toonami.
Adult Swim.
And from Toonami, I remember Sci-Fi had a block for a little bit, and Spike and different channels like that. So it was just kind of like finding it wherever we could. We was like scattering the television, like, dang, who got anime? Who got anime?
Man.
Yeah.
Yep. And then fast forward to like 2009, where like it was on YouTube, but it had that like really small window. So like you would like miss a part of the scene, and then you would have to try to find and scurry on the internet to see if you could find it somewhere else because it still wasn't on TV like that. Like people really don't know the struggle.
Man,
look, I'll tell you, back in those days,
it's truly real, man.
Back in those days, I was using an app called Kazaa, LimeWire, using torrents. I was downloading all my stuff illegally. I was doing anything I could to get my anime fixed. So
we were Luffying, okay? That's just how it was for the OGs back in the day.
Exactly.
Okay, so with all your years of the anime, what would you say is your top 3?
So I was thinking about this last night because I was like, you know what? I know he's gonna ask me some questions.
Come on. Top 3 is we gotta know the top 3.
Some questions. I'll give you my I can't give an all-time top
Okay,
three,
okay.
because it just changes so like
That's fair.
variantly
That's
when
true.
you talk about like my all-time top. I will probably have to say my all-time favorite anime, and it's not like this is the number one for me because I don't necessarily know. I've never really got a chance to like
Mhm.
really sit down and actually think about it. But I think it's Initial D for me.
Ooh,
Ooh.
another
You said,
first.
yeah, hey,
Initial
look,
D.
he like the racing. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, I'm a huge car guy. I'm an audiophile and I'm an autophile. So I love cars
Mhm.
and I love music, and they have both. And like just to see how advanced from that time period it was, like just the animation style, them driving at night and seeing how they did the different shading of black for the trees and the sky.
Mm.
And it wasn't just like a dark blue sky, because obviously in
Yeah.
reality, in real life, it's not dark blue.
Yeah, it's pitch
Yeah.
black.
Like the sky is not dark blue at night, it's black.
Man, that's one I'm
So
about to check out too.
yeah, no, Initial D for me was just so good. Very well rounded. The animation style, I like how they looked like the people that were creating it.
Mhm.
Right.
It's not like they were trying to glorify or personify another populace. They were glorifying and personifying themselves.
Mhm.
So I liked the animation style. I liked how like they went in depth on the vehicles. Because remember, I love cars,
Yeah.
so you're going very in depth on how to change things in a vehicle, how to do the tires, like all
Okay.
kinds of things that you could just learn. Yeah, like it's very informative, but
Yeah.
it's also like, whoa, like this is crazy. Like just the if you've never watched it, just to give a tiny synopsis,
Mhm.
it's about a kid who basically has been driving since he was like in the seventh grade for his father's tofu shop. But his father has low key been training him how to drive and be the best driver you've ever seen. So
Mm.
for him, driving like the best, like it's just normal for him. But for his friends, they're like, "Yo, we don't even. How did you even? I don't. We don't get this. We don't
Yeah.
understand this." And it just becomes this amazing thing where he takes on so many people to be the best out there. They're actually getting a spinoff, I think, next year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to
2023 is a
catch up
big
then.
year for anime.
2023 is gonna be huge. There's a lot coming
Yeah,
out.
I can't wait to see what's going on, man. I can't wait to see what's going on. But that one, Initial D is one. Um, what's another that I have? So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna really botch this name up.
Okay, we ready?
Um,
Because we do it all the time.
I'm not gonna botch this name up because I just remembered. Balance Unlimited.
Balance
That's a
Unlimited.
really
I haven't heard of this
I
one.
yeah
haven't either. I
that
ain't gonna lie.
so it's about the millionaire detective, but like it's basically what it's called is Balance Unlimited, and it's about a guy whose balance is literally truly unlimited. He can literally buy whatever he wants
Okay.
whenever he wants, and he decides to become a detective because his parents died in a mysterious way. And he meets this guy who basically kind of helps him out,
Mm-hmm.
trying to find out, well, who did it. And in doing that, he spends an obscene amount of money. I mean, we're talking about billions of US dollars. So
Ooh.
at the end of every show, it shows you how much he spent.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them episodes were wild. I think one of the episodes he spent like $700 billion USD. ridiculous. So I mean, the show has a really, really, really good storyline. It just gets better and better because it's so suspenseful. And the animation style isn't that bad either. So it's definitely a show where if you like looking at luxurious items, but also like looking at mystery, it's kind of a good mixture of both for them.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm a luxury guy. Like I like things not just because they're luxury brand, but just because of the culture, the heritage, the history behind them. And also, when you buy things, you get what you pay for.
That's right.
So sometimes the expensive things aren't great, but most of the time for me, what I buy, very durable, can stand the test of time as
Mhm.
long as you keep it up with the maintenance. So it's just, I like stuff like that. And that show gave me kind of a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I have to check
So
that
I
one
like
out right
that.
there.
Facts. 'Cause I
Yeah,
like the window
yeah,
shop, so I'm gonna
I
check
would
it out.
implore.
You said you would?
I would implore everybody.
Okay.
Dang.
I would
Okay,
implore
hold on. So
everybody to
then,
watch
what's the
that.
first thing? You got an unlimited balance. What you getting off top? Unlimited balance.
If I have an unlimited balance,
Mm-hmm.
geez Louise. Um, hmm. I think I would start with a portfolio. Just like kind of seeing, even though my balance is unlimited, I
Mm-hmm.
would kind of want to put certain amount of money like in certain places and certain aspects. I would probably open up a couple of bank accounts so that I didn't have to transfer money. So like let's say like I'm traveling and I'm going to Europe. I don't want to have to convert money. Or even if my balance is unlimited, it's going to take some time to convert that money from one place to another.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be there. So I would probably set up a couple of accounts, buy a couple of houses here and overseas. So I don't necessarily have to stay in hotels because I don't like hotels like that. Um, you know, just
Okay.
start living life, giving back, all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. So what's your number 3? Your third one.
And again, this is in no type of order.
Okay.
But number 3 is the one and only top 3, big 3 One Piece.
Okay.
Shout out to
One Piece.
Luffy.
Gotta be in there. Look, I have to say this, and I say it time and time again. One Piece is probably the most descriptive when it comes to all of their main characters. Everyone has a in-depth story.
They do.
So by the time you get to where they are now, you know everything about them. You know their personalities, how they're gonna act, how they're gonna react to things, and it's the world building is so detailed and precise.
I think it's probably the best in world building for sure. I think it's unmatched.
Yeah, like I cannot find another anime where you literally there's no questions. Like I have questions, but it all entails like you get the answers later on.
You do.
Yeah.
But when it comes to them, like I don't have any questions because they answer everything. Like you just and it's also when you get to know a lot about a character, it brings them in closer. You can find the character you're most like and the characters your friends are most like. So it really becomes really personal in a way. And I love that. I love that. I started watching One Piece when it came out in 1999. So like here we are.
So you was watching that
27 years
WB
later.
Dubs, that WB Kids Dubs.
Oh
Dubs?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That,
WB, Toonami, YouTube, wherever I could find it.
Me, you
Wherever I
was
could
listening
find
to the
it, I
rap.
would
What was
watch
the pirate rap?
Yeah.
One Piece rap the other day on one of the pods. Yeah, that was a good time.
Got me knew all the lyrics to it though. Look,
Look, I did. That was hey. I was watching it back then. I took a little big break, but I'm back on it. I'm back reading it.
That's a
Yeah.
good top 3 right there. I like that.
That is.
Now
a
you
good
put
3.
Balance Unlimited on my list because I ain't never heard of this
Balance
one, so I want to go
Unlimited
check
on
that.
there. Initial D is gonna be on my list too because I ain't checked out either one of those. So yeah, We're definitely checking those out.
Look, initial, you definitely have to check out Initial D. If you don't take anything from this podcast, you gotta check out Initial D.
All right.
I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Okay. So our final question is, who is a character that you feel like you can relate to the most in anime? This right here. This is gonna be a tough one. Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be a tough
No?
one because it's gonna be really cliche. It's gonna be really ironic and cliche because I love the anime, and for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, the show is very iconic and connecting in a way. The one I most resonate with, of course, is Naruto Uzumaki.
Hey, I rock with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't give up.
Come on.
We don't give up. Look.
Oh, is that why? To believe it?
Look.
To believe it? Why? Believe it.
So, like, just to give you like a bit of a backstory of why. When I was younger, I grew up with, well, like my dad, he kind of like skipped out. So I grew up with my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt who had still lived in the house at the time. So when I grew up, I followed them. I had nobody else to look up to. So with my mannerisms, like, and everything, I was very feminine. I was very motherly to a lot of like the people that were around me at an extremely young age. So that kind of outcasted me. And when I started watching Naruto, I resonated with him because it's almost like when they saw me, they didn't look at me, they looked at what was inside me, and it didn't resonate with them.
They seen that fox.
And they shunned me for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I resonate with how alone he felt.
That's
and
powerful.
How no matter what, like he just wanted friendship, fellowship, camaraderie, and to be accepted. Because he was still, even though he had a very heavy load to bear, he was still human, Yeah. So it like he still had human emotions, and the same goes with me. Like even though, there was love in my home, like I was still getting, bullied every day in my school. So, being an outcast and seeing him on screen, it definitely gave me a sense of comfort, and a sense of like a place where like I belonged in a group of outcasts. And, that's how I fell in love with that show. But that's who I resonated with the most.
Okay.
Man, that's such a test. I feel like that's such a testament to anime, because anime did that for a lot of us, where we can find an anime that makes us feel like, okay, we can be more than average, or we can be different, and it'd be okay, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
us weirdos were accepted, were more accepted, because back, especially in the early 2000s, everybody looked at us like we're weirdos because we enjoyed anime.
Right.
So, hey.
One thing I did not do, it wasn't me. I wasn't Naruto running through the hallways. So, one thing I didn't do.
I might have been guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably that guy.
I never did a Naruto.
I threw my hands behind my back running.
Now, see, I was more on the Bleach side, so I was in school yelling Bankai. I ain't gonna lie, I was in school in the classroom yelling. But yeah, okay. I like that, man. That was a really good answer.
That was a great answer.
Was a really good answer.
That was great.
Okay, so that's it for the questions.
But let's go ahead and piggyback, because you're speaking on the bullying and everything. And you had my boy Gami.
Segue.
You had my boy Gami. You wanted us to go and check out this new anime on Netflix called LOOKISM.
Because I had planned to check it out. I had posted it to my story, and he told me he already watched it. He was like, he told me, he's like, you got to watch it. And I was like, okay, we want to talk about it, then we're going to watch it. And I told Yixo, I was like, hey, we're going to talk about this on the pod. So I was like, hey, you can just watch the first episode so you know something of what's going on. Like I didn't expect him to go knock out the whole thing. To be honest,
I watched the first episode, and then before I knew it was done. This morning, by the way.
Yeah, no, it definitely, that was exactly how it was for me, because I started watching it, I want to say yesterday morning around 11, and I was definitely finished by 6 o'clock that night.
And we're speaking about Lookism on Netflix. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, man, that story, I didn't expect. When I first went into it, I was expecting it to be like generic. I expected it to be an isekai for one. And then I expected it to be like more generic, have more of like a generic story. Like I was like, okay, I know where this is going. He's like depressed. Something's gonna happen where he dies, and then he's gonna. And you had no idea as the handsome guy who's like just super popular in the school. But then that twist it took, like, I was. So
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because I'm a huge fan of not only anime, but I'm a huge fan of K-dramas. And this is actually like one of them that I watched before. And I was like, why does this seem so familiar? Lookism is actually like a comic. It's a manhwa or manga.
Manhwa.
Manhwa, okay. But it's actually been like live action in a way. The story with the live action is a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. And I will say that I was not expecting him to just have two bodies.
Yeah.
That was a trip.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Like I was not expecting him to have two bodies. Only because it's like he woke up in this one body and was like, "Who the heck is this?"
That's what happened with me too.
When you watch in the first episode, it's like, okay, you're seeing him get bullied, and it's just so heart-wrenching.
Yes,
so heart-wrenching. Oh God, it was so hard to watch. But then you see him wake up, and you see him. So I'm wondering, how does he get from one place to the other? Does he unfortunately attempt something that changes into another life, or does he get this wish from like a deity or something? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. But for him to get a second body, man, they knew what they were doing.
That was a good concept, because when it first happened, I like rewinded it back. I was like, wait, did I miss something? Like, did he I was like, did something happen to him that I just missed? Like, he's just in the body, and then the way it happens too, where he has to fall asleep in one to wake up in the other. I was like, yo, that's just like.
So he never actually sleeps in the entire anime. You know what I'm saying? He never sleeps. Like his body's sleeping, but he's up the entire time.
Yeah.
Right. And the craziest part is the mind is a beautiful thing, because the mind itself doesn't turn off. The body is what, is exhausted.
Right.
And hurts the brain. But when you're switching from body to body and you get sleep in one body and sleep in another body, your mind is never exhausted, because you always feel well rested. Those endorphins never deplete. So that's why, he's able to, when he finally, oh my gosh, I started crying. I ain't gonna hold you. I started crying when this man started singing out the window. It's such a cliche thing, but I couldn't help it, because it's like I resonated with him. He was falling on hard times. He was getting bullied, but he still resonates with the other guy who's currently getting bullied. And he's like, yo, there will always be somebody like I was, like me. I feel you. I am with you. I see you more than you know, and you could just feel the emotion through the song. Oh my God.
Because me and Yixo were talking about that earlier. We was like, yo, I need to go look for that song, see if that's a real song.
That song goes hard. I'll put it on my playlist. Look.
Yeah. That song goes so hard. So hard. I love that song. That song was crazy.
Like that ending.
I was sitting there bawling like a baby.
Bro. I skipped too far ahead, but kind of skip ahead. But yeah, that ending part.
That twist?
When they were on the end, not the twist.
I was going to say.
Before that, when they were having the concert. and he kind of like choked up a
Yeah.
bit, and then the dude stepped in and just started rapping. I was like, yo, this is hard. I was like, oh.
I did not expect his voice to
Me either. That's
You
what
guys all deep and everything, start busting the flows.
I said that too. That was crazy. I was like, yo, he's going hard.
Like, whoa, hold on. This is too wild. This is too wild for me. And then he pictured his mom walking back with them cardboard boxes.
And everything she did for him.
That's when I got caught, was right there. Like, I held the tears in the whole series till that last part right there. Then I was like, ah.
Like, who
Good, they got
doing
me.
it for? Oh my gosh. I was sitting there bawling like a baby.
But I loved how it wasn't about him just being popular. And he actually used that to go through and get the kids that was being bullied throughout the whole series and kind of like change their perspective and bring them around to a whole another side of having friends and not having people just look at them like they was doing in the anime.
And look, I'll say this. I was real hard in my head because it's like you got this newfound body and I just feel like you're not using it to its fullest potential because unbeknownst to you, you already know how to fight.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like it's kind of crazy how he went from that to like it's like I guess I expected a little bit too much of him because his mind still is stuck in his body.
Right.
Yeah.
His old body. But I expected him to like be like, yo, like with like explain yourself. You know, I want to be your friend because I want to be your friend. I'm not trying to be your friend just because I'm trying to use you as a lackey or anything like that. Mind you, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know where they do that at, but your boy wasn't getting kicked in the stomach or punched on in a convenience store at a job.
Bro,
that was crazy.
That was wicked right there.
Like, yo, he just punched him behind the counter. I'm like,
then made him take a picture with his pants down afterwards.
Yeah.
I said, where they do that at? I don't.
This is one thing with me.
Y'all gonna have to kill me.
Yo, that's what I was. This is one thing with me with bullies.
I'm fighting.
Is that like, yeah, if you gonna beat me up anyways, why am I gonna do what you say? Like, if you just gonna beat my ass regardless of what I do,
I'm not gonna listen to you.
Just fight. We might as well just fight every day. Like, I don't care.
So there was a part in the show where he got kicked in the stomach or punched in the stomach with the soccer, with like the soccer ball hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Who used to bully him had like I guess punched him in the stomach or kicked him in the stomach, something like that. And then like that he like was like I can't breathe. I thought that was about to be the point where he was about to die and wake up in his new body.
Ooh.
I thought that was going to be the point where he transitioned. Man, I was so wrong.
Dang, I didn't even think about that either. Because then that's when his mom came through.
Right.
That was
but before that, he was like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and then they kept hitting him. I was like, oh, snap. This is it. They're going to go too far. They're going to go too far, and then that's it.
Yeah, I thought they was going to go too far at that scene right there, too. I was like, don't do it. Please don't do it. I wasn't ready for that.
But man, that part made me feel away too, though. Because when his mom see you, I was like, okay, that's a different like level. Because I know like when you in that situation and you just getting beat up around these kids at school, like that's like one thing. But then when somebody like a loved one or a family member actually comes and like witnesses that, because even when he told the kids when they were all like sharing their stories on the little stoop and they was like, yeah, I got this happened to me or this happened to me. He's like, yeah, my mom watched me get beat up, and they were like,
what?
I'm like, oh, like, your mom watched me get beat up.
Yeah, like I think it was kind of pathetic for them to animate how weak she was when she was running over to the kids, and like she was hitting on him. She was like, like I was like, first off, this woman works day and night. She gotta have some type of strength for you to sit there and like, why y'all had to picture her as this weak old lady? Like y'all just had to throw salt on the wound.
Yep.
Just had to do it, didn't you?
They just had to.
Man.
But
and then,
another thing,
like, I ain't asked to be poor. Oh man.
Another thing though, what I liked was them series of episodes where they was paying attention because he was in fashion class, fashion designer class. So my homeboy with the blonde hair, the episode
Yeah, that was
when
cool.
he came in there. First off, when he was dripped out, he had chrome hearts, Gucci shoes on. I was like, yo, my boy's in here doing his thing.
First off, so again, like I told you, I do like luxury brands.
Yeah.
So I recognize a lot of things like just off of like the branding or the logo or the symbol. So the craziest part about it was, and I call him Jay because I know his name is something along those lines, but blonde kid that doesn't speak, whoa, crazy. When I tell you, I was like looking at him and I was like, there's something about him because he's just overly stylish, right? And it's so nonchalant. He doesn't respond to anything. He doesn't talk at all. This is kind of weird. but like I knew he like, and there's so much to him. If I want to know about anybody, I want to know about him. If I want to know about anybody, I want to know about him. Why? He's in this like penthouse suite.
Yeah.
You're like a teenager? Like what? He's wearing Balmain and Burberry, and I'm like, what do your parents do?
For real. And then just throwing out that's because you're right with that. I do want to know more about him too, about his background.
Man, he came out in a Rolls Royce Phantom, dropping off like 8-9 bags of designer clothes.
They say he's just gonna throw away anyways.
Yeah.
Bro, and it was so like you could see that, like, like the flashy stuff, while is nice for him, doesn't affect him in the way that, the main character was affecting him.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think he got a little crush on him. I don't know.
Hey, he might.
The way he was looking at him, I don't know.
And I like how he picked up on everything too. When you seen him sitting in the classroom, he seen like the other kids who was plotting on exposing him, and you seen like when the dude was getting ready to fight, he came over there and stopped it too. So,
and he's just such a good friend to him. If anything, like he's just such a nice person. He's such a nice person. And like, that's the true, like he could be snobby, right? But he comes from the snobby world.
Right.
Right? So it's just like for him, that's like, he likes realness and he could sense the genuine realness that was in him. And so when the kid was about to start bagging on him and the main character walked up like,
yeah.
What's up? And then like he didn't even know that the clothes that he was wearing was the latest and greatest. Man, oh man.
He was naming things. I was like, dang, I don't even know what that is. Like the shoes. He was like, yo, these shoes. I was like, damn. Like,
styling
my pay grade. Yeah, this is above mine.
Valentino shoes and the Givenchy and the Balmain.
Yeah, I wore the Comme des Garçons just because I seen the homeboy in there had the sweater on. Had the Comme des Garçons sweater on. I was like, I threw my Comme des Garçons on there, man.
Yeah, but like, and we can't forget about old Beauty over there coming at the convenience store talking about, keep fighting, keep cheering. I knew she was wealthy the moment I saw her necklace. It was an Hermes necklace. And
that like H looking. I was wondering.
It's an Hermes necklace. And it was a diamond and like, I think 24 karat gold Hermes. This is not just a regular one that you can just buy and get. Because they have like the solid gold ones, the bronze ones and stuff like that. And the silver. But hers was decked out. I was like, nah, she got money. I want to know more about her. And long and behold, she's just like him.
Got that twist. That twist popped up. I was like, what?
That's what really.
I will say one thing I liked about this anime was how all the characters were fleshed out. You wanted to know more about all of them, Like, I was telling Gamin, my favorite one is Bosco.
Yeah.
You know, the one that we thought was the bully. He came in he's trying to bully the bullies, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, Bosco, he's so annoying because he has this hero complex that's just so egotistical, but he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it. Like, bro, first off, thank you for saving these people. But also, you don't even understand. Like, you're just going off of assumptions that this man is a bad guy.
Yeah.
You've never even asked him any questions.
He's just ready to fight him off his assumptions.
He said that the second time they were going to fight. He was like, you're not listening again. Like, you're not listening. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, what's going on.
You're literally not listening this time. You're literally not listening. And I don't understand why you're not listening to me. Like, yo, please start listening to me. Why are you not listening to me? I don't understand this.
And seeing him getting his feelings too, you start seeing the tears coming down his face.
He cried multiple times during that series. Yeah.
So when he first cried, I was like, so he's crazy.
Yeah.
So he's really about to hurt my main character.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, this is about to be really bad. But then I don't understand why he was crying at first. I don't understand the first reason why he was crying. I can kind of understand the other reasons why, but the first reason he started crying, talk about don't get cocky.
Yeah.
Why are you crying? I don't understand it. Yeah, he was weird. Oh man. But when Fly Chick was with glasses guy,
yeah,
with the tattoos and the black eyes.
The black eyes. Man. I told him he looked like Eisen.
He said, "Whoa, okay, I don't know where you come from, but this is wild."
Yeah,
this is wild.
He's a real one though. He's protecting old girl. You know, he's like, I'm doing my job. I'm with both y'all's asses.
Now, when he punched Bosco, when Bosco took that, I was like, okay, Bosco, you took that punch kind of crazy. Like,
and once he drove off, though, he dropped.
He took that punch, and I was like, oh, snap. Bosco's been working out even more now. But then after the guy left, he was like, slump.
Yeah.
That's okay. We understand.
He was like, yeah, I definitely wasn't going to beat him.
It's like, like, that guy was crazy.
Yeah.
But here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again with the main character not explaining himself. All he had to do was say, my friend taught me this song and he works at the convenience store. You're the one, right? All you had to do was say that.
That is true.
Stayed and walked through. That's all you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait, you ain't gotta go after her, girl. You done seen this big, giant, burly man with her. Like, I don't understand why you thought that it was a great idea. You just caused yourself so much strife for no reason.
But yeah, I think that goes back to him trying to get over them hurdles of like finally being heard, because he was so like, in his old other body, it was so much like nobody listened to him, everybody ignored him. So there was not. He's kind of still getting over that. I feel like as far as with everybody. I like the little ending scene where it showed him with pictures with everybody in his original body.
Yo,
I was like,
I'm still sitting there tearing up again. And when they got to the final scene where he like took the picture of himself with himself,
had it cut up. Yeah,
I was like, yo, man,
just crying, yo. Like, I'm just like, yo, this was so good.
Now we need season 2.
It was
because I want to get more into that dude
DG.
I want to get more into everything he got going on.
Get more into the girl and that plot twist right there.
Who is this? So
me.
Here's my synopsis.
Okay.
Here's what I think is happening here, right? DG has to be some kind of idol, some kind of star that like is like on like BTS level apparently, right?
Okay.
And then here goes, he's texting her. She has to be in the music entertainment world of management. Either she owns her own label or she's with somebody who owns their own label. One or the other. She's in the music entertainment industry somehow where she can gather like the connections enough to make somebody a star.
Yeah.
and I feel like she's gonna be like, I'm like you. It's probably not gonna be like until like maybe season 2 episode 5, where like, because they like dragging out
Yeah, they
the
do.
reveal, like, because they left that there, and now we're all gonna be wondering, all right, so when are they gonna like find out about each other?
Mm-hmm.
I know that she'll probably keep it a secret until it's just like, okay, we can't keep it a secret from each other anymore. But she's gonna help him, and I know she's gonna help him. I can't wait to see.
It's crazy because
end up in season 2.
The manhwa apparently has over 400 chapters, so they got a lot of material to work with. We should be seeing more of this coming up in the future.
And I didn't know that because when I saw 8 episodes, I thought this was the one and done.
I'm praying so hard. I am praying so hard because Netflix has been on a like cancel streak I've never seen. Like, they're just canceling shows that are amazing. Netflix, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that.
Facts.
Y'all hear them, Netflix.
This isn't the wave. This isn't the wave, okay? Because a lot of people in my community and the communities around me, you taking off shows that they like. Maybe they didn't get the ratings that you wanted them to get at point, but I know the shows were like, they were in the top 10s. Like, you know how Netflix has their number from 1 to 10. Like, they were in the top 10s. People liked it.
Yep.
People were waiting to see more, and you've canceled not 1, not 2, but like 7 shows that like people are watching. Like, why would you go out and do that? Like, just,
that's annoying,
man. Like, I'm really, fingers crossed, but I'm really hoping that Lookism gets a season 2, or if not from them, somebody else picks it up, because it deserves a season 2, especially with all those cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Who's PG? Who's this girl? How they gonna connect? Like, I want to see more. I want to see what's about to happen. Like, we can't just leave it there.
We need that. You heard it here, Netflix. You heard it here first. We need these seasons.
So don't cut it.
Don't cut it. Which I think, I don't know. I feel like as far as anime goes, maybe I feel like Netflix. I mean, they've been bringing out some real fire shows, some real fire animes here over the past few couple months. So hopefully they can just keep it up, not cancel them, keep bringing them out, and we should be good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Like you said, fingers crossed for real. Crossing all the fingers.
Cross those fingers.
Oh man. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else, Shigso?
Nah, like we said earlier, man, really appreciate your time for coming on here and just chopping it up with us.
Hey,
Definitely.
wait. You gonna be at DreamCon next year?
I am going to be at DreamCon next year.
Okay.
We can link up.
We're gonna link up.
We'll be there.
Show. Yeah. We're gonna link up.
It's a lot, but I'm gonna be there. There's so much you gotta do to prepare for one of the biggest cons on the planet. I'm not. They say I'm ready, like SpongeBob.
I'm not.
I'm trying. We're trying to get ready because
we're trying to get ready.
It's gonna be my first real experience at a convention this size like that, so I'm excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be the first time I cosplay there, so we go in there with the cosplay. Go in.
We're gonna be cosplaying. We're gonna do everything.
Man, the conventions, the after parties, it's gonna be lit. We're gonna have an amazing time. AnimeLytical will be on the scene.
Hey man, shout out to AnimeLytical. Why don't you go ahead and tell them where they can find you? Everywhere, go ahead and plug yourself.
So, what's up? It's your boy ANIMAN. You can find me on AnimeLytical, the Twitter. We have Hot Take Tuesdays every Tuesdays. The link in the description will be down below. Comment, subscribe to the best podcast here about anime. Okay, Anbu, always.
Come on.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Like he said, man. Big shout out to everybody at AnimeLytical. Ashley, I'm gonna get you. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get you in here too.
Oh man, y'all better be prepared. Actually,
Look, I didn't see her.
Guns blazing.
I didn't see her yet, so I know I'm trying to. We still got to prepare ourselves for that one, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely have to prepare yourself. Cause she gonna come in here and you better. She might ask you some questions.
Look, hey, bring them on. Look, we ready for them.
Oh man, yeah, I kind of know how she rolls. So yeah, we prepping. But yes, shout out to ANIMAN once again. As always, like we said, you can catch us everywhere at the Anime Anbu, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, the Anime Anbu, and that's all I got. So
that's all I got too as well.
Once again, thank you for listening to the Anime Anbu podcast.
Bro, if they won't keep it real,
we will.